Have you ever noticed how your mind almost never feels truly quiet? From the moment you wake up, thoughts start flowing, planning, worrying, remembering, replaying. Even when nothing is really happening, the mind keeps talking. This constant stream of mental noise can feel draining, and many people try to fix it by forcing themselves to calm down, stop thinking, relax, or clear the mind. But that approach rarely works because a quiet mind cannot be forced. The more you try to control it, the more active it becomes. In Buddhist wisdom, calm isn't something you push into the mind. It's something you gently develop through small, simple habits. The way you begin your day, how you respond to moments, how you relate to your thoughts. All of these shape the condition of your mind. Today, you'll learn 5 simple daily habits, not complex techniques, but quiet practices that naturally guide your mind back to stillness. Chapter 2. Chapter 1. Start the day without noise. Habit 1. Begin your day without noise. The first moments after waking are incredibly powerful. They set the tone for everything that follows. But most people overlook this. As soon as they open their eyes, they reach for their phone. Messages, notifications, news, social media. Before the mind is even fully awake, it's already filled with noise. This creates restlessness right from the start. The mind becomes busy before it ever has a chance to be calm. Instead, try something simple. When you wake up, don't grab your phone. Just sit quietly, even if only for a few minutes. No stimulation, no input, no distractions. Bring your awareness to your breath. Feel the air moving in and out. Notice your body as it wakes up. Watch the thoughts that begin to arise. You don't need to stop them or control anything. Just observe. At first, the mind may feel restless. It may want to check something, plan something, or rush into the day. But if you remain with the silence, something starts to change. The thoughts begin to slow. The body softens. The mind becomes clearer. You're no longer reacting, you're simply aware. And this awareness creates a calm foundation. Instead of starting your day with noise, you begin with presence. And that presence carries into everything that follows. You become less reactive, more focused, more grounded. The Buddha taught that mindfulness begins with awareness of the present moment, and the morning is the easiest place to begin. So before the world enters your mind, give yourself a moment of stillness, because the insight is simple. The first moments of your day shape everything that comes after. Chapter 3. Chapter 2. Do one thing at a time. Habit 2. Do one thing at a time. One of the main reasons the mind feels so busy is multitasking. We try to do several things at once, eating while scrolling, working while checking messages, listening while thinking about something else. The body may be in one place, but the mind is scattered across many. This creates a fragmented feeling. The mind never fully settles, and when it's divided, it becomes noisy. The solution is simple. Do one thing at a time. When you eat, just eat. Notice the taste, the texture, the movement of your hands. When you walk, just walk. Feel each step, the contact with the ground, the motion of your body. When you work, give it your full attention. Not partial attention, not distracted attention, but complete attention. At first, this may feel slow. You might feel like you're doing less, but in truth, you're doing more with clarity. Because when the mind focuses on one thing, it becomes steady. It stops jumping between thoughts. It's no longer pulled in different directions. And in that steadiness, something shifts. The mental noise begins to fade. You feel calmer, more present, more clear. This is a simple practice, yet it has a profound effect. The Buddha taught that mindfulness is the path to a peaceful mind, and mindfulness means being fully aware of what you're doing right now. Not in the past, not in the future, just here. And this leads to a powerful insight. The mind becomes quiet when it is no longer divided. Chapter 4. Chapter 3. Pause before you react. Habit 3. Pause before you react. Throughout the day, there will always be moments that trigger you. A comment you don't like, an unexpected problem, someone speaking in a way that feels unfair. In those moments, the reaction is often immediate. The mind responds quickly. The body tightens. Words are ready to come out. This is where emotional chaos begins, not from the situation itself, but how quickly we react. The faster we react, the less aware we are. And without awareness, we say things we later regret. We act in ways that create more stress. But there's a simple practice that can completely change this. Pause for just a moment before you speak, before you respond, before you act. Take one slow breath. Inhale, exhale, feel it fully. This small pause creates space, and within that space, something important happens. You begin to observe. Instead of reacting automatically, you notice what's happening inside you. This is anger. This is frustration. This is tension. You don't need to push it away or follow it. Just see it. This awareness gives you a choice. You're no longer controlled by your first impulse. You can respond more calmly, more clearly, more intentionally. This doesn't mean becoming passive, it means becoming conscious. Over time, this practice becomes natural. You begin to pause without forcing it, and your entire way of responding to life begins to change. Less conflict, less regret, less emotional exhaustion. More clarity, more stability, more peace. The Buddha taught that awareness is the beginning of freedom, and often that awareness starts with something very small, a single pause. So the next time you feel triggered, remember, pause, breathe, observe. Because the insight is simple. A quiet mind doesn't come from controlling life. It begins with a pause before reacting. Chapter 5. Chapter 4. Let thoughts pass without holding on to them. One of the main reasons the mind feels heavy isn't the number of thoughts, but how tightly we cling to them. A thought appears and we follow it. We analyze it, replay it, build more thoughts around it. Before we realize it, we're stuck in a loop. This is overthinking. The mind repeats the same patterns, past conversations, future worries, imagined scenarios. And the more we engage with these thoughts, the heavier the mind becomes. But in Buddhist practice, there's another way. Instead of holding on to thoughts, you learn to observe them, like clouds moving across the sky. They appear, they drift, and they pass. You don't need to stop them or control them, you simply watch. When a thought arises, instead of identifying with it, you gently shift your perspective. This is just a thought. Nothing more. Not truth, not identity, not something you must follow. Just a thought. This small shift creates distance. You're no longer inside the thought. You're observing it. And when you observe, something changes. The thought loses its grip. It comes and goes. You don't carry it. You don't build on it. And slowly, the mind becomes lighter. There's less replaying, less worrying, less noise. You begin to realize that most thoughts aren't necessary. They're simply habits of the mind, and you don't have to follow every habit. The Buddha taught that suffering often comes from attachment, including attachment to thoughts. When you stop clinging to every thought, you stop adding unnecessary weight to your mind. And this leads to a simple but powerful insight. Not every thought deserves your attention. And when you stop giving attention to each one, the mind naturally becomes quiet. Chapter 6. Chapter 5. End your day by letting go. At the end of the day, the body may feel tired, but the mind often keeps going, replaying conversations, thinking about what went wrong, holding on to the stress of the day. Even when you lie down to rest, the mind remains active. And this carries the weight of today into the night, and then into tomorrow. Over time, this builds mental fatigue, a heaviness that slowly grows. But there's a simple habit that can change this. Before you go to sleep, take a few quiet moments. Reflect on your day, not to judge or analyze, but simply to see what happened. Let the moments pass through your awareness, a conversation, a mistake, a feeling. Then gently release them. No replaying, no holding on. Mistakes? Let them go. Stress? Let it go. Thoughts? Let them pass, like leaves floating on water. You don't need to keep anything, because the day is already complete. Holding on to it won't change it.